news, a lot of information to share. I didn't prepare any question, so if you would like to ask a question to make an introduction and an icebreaker, that would be really cool. Someone who wants to make a question, feel free to do it, or if not, we can just jump right into the action. Okay, then let's jump into the action today, and hopefully we can end a little bit earlier. So, yeah, I was updating the Gravity 6 month funding from the TEC in the forum, and I made you get here's the proposal. We have already read this, and I made a small update. So here's the update from our funding proposal. Everyone has to be synced to DWork and create a profile and update their names and their wallets to have clarity on assignation, because like here in DWork there are a lot of like DWorker 86, DWorker 99, and we don't know who that one is, so it's good to have like clarity on the names and also to sync their wallets um, to have clarity on assignation. And this was the result of the role selection process and the activities for the first 3 months. And after this, we will be focused on the third Graviton training that hopefully will start in April. So basically, there will be two practice groups. One will be led by Lynn on deep democracy, and the other will be led by Jeremy on liberating structures. I know that they have already synced and they made a proposal, so I will let them to present that proposal in some minutes. There will be also two research initiatives. One on the implementation of social sciences on Web3 communities to promote healthy environments. This is related to what we have been talking of psychology. And here there will be like um, a small group of people that can coordinate in this. I think that here Bianca will be a very important contributor, but also we can find support from other contributors. And the other research initiative will be focused on gravity as a case study for conflict management processes in DAOs. These researchers can be a base for new projects and proposals, and also a self-appraisal for improvement of our operations. So the first one would be like a research of how to improve um, healthy environments in DAOs. We have conflict management, but we also understand that there are other human needs and mental needs that we can promote in the space. And also that gravity until now has been something that we have been doing and doing and doing and doing and doing, and we haven't had like a time to reflect on what we have built, how we have done things, and if we have like achieved our goals. Like we have done like two or three um, reviews when we had like 3 month roadmaps, but it would be really cool to have like a research and someone focused on the information that can come from here. And hello to the ones that just joined. I was just reading this update from the funding proposal. And yeah, I also think that one cool outcome of the practice groups could be to add new tools to our gravity processes. Like right now, we only have mediation, but I have been saying this many times. It's not a one size fits for all. Um, Different conflicts sometimes require different methodologies, different approaches. So it would be really cool that after these practice groups, maybe exploring liberating structures, exploring deep democracy, we can structure a set of toolings, at least like two, three, or four. So we can say like, okay, for this kind of conflicts, it's better to use this one. for this kind of conflicts, it's better to use this other one, or not even to recommend which one should be used, but to say like these are the tools that you can apply to the different circumstances. There will be 3 active gravitons, and they were just chosen to have participation in diverse communities. One of them will be Jean, who is also a guide in the TEC. Aloysius, that it's an active participator from SourceCred and also a contributor for the TC. And Forrest from Giveth. Also, Bent will be supporting Forrest in Giveth. There will be one book club. We still haven't defined which will be the book club, but there are different suggestions of books. The coordination manager will be Morgan, so you can sync with them for coordination, like, hey, I want to have like another schedule. I don't like to Tuesdays, it's too late for me, maybe let's have another schedule. I like Wednesdays. I would really want to see like people having leadership in this and having agency, to know that here nothing is like a straitjacket, and if I chose this schedule, is because I like to participate in Libby's soft call, and this is right after, so it's a good schedule for me. But if you have another good schedule that you think it's better, let's like sync and have like our activities as open as we can. I think it would be really cool to have people from the diverse communities, the diverse backgrounds participating in these practice groups and in our research initiatives. Um, the operations manager will be Durgadas. I rely a lot in him, and he has been like, um, I think, along with me, one of the most active contributors in Gravity, and someone who has been here since the beginning. And I feel he can help us a lot in the operations around communication, around narratives, around designs and POAPs, and also to um, see that the things are being done, and also to have like a high vision of things, so that our operations are aligned with our intentions. And the treasury manager will be Septi. Septi is also someone very trusted in the community. He is the transparency working group steward, and I understand that he's someone who has a lot of ideas on how to manage funds, on how to become sustainable, and is also someone who is very close. So yeah, I think this will be really cool to have this treasury manager. Also, he's someone who is very familiar with Web3 toolings, so that we can like always see what would be the best ways to manage our funds. Maybe if later on we have some funds and we want to invest on something, or we want to diversify, or we want to buy TC, these will all be things that will be talked with the treasury manager, and also he will be the executor of the payments of the multisig. So basically, once that the things are done in the D work, like when an activity is executed, that will be sent for a transaction on the multisig, and we have one voter can execute. So Septi is someone who will be in charge of that ethical and transparent use of funds. But also there will be various people open for rewards regarding their contributions for content production, research initiatives, and business development. Because also we have to develop this business side. And here we have a lot of people that is interested in this. Like Lydia hasn't been participating that much in the gravity calls, but she's someone who is very experienced in conflict management, and in research initiatives. And she's been also supporting from the Omega working group. So I think she will be really important um, to to have like support or to support any of the groups so that are making the research. Pythagorean also he expressed some interest in business development. Also Rafael, he's not so much active in the TC right now, but he came to the first Graviton training and he's actually a Graviton. And he offered to support in also in research initiatives and in content production. Also, we here have Streamer D, who is someone who is new to the community, but I think it would be really cool for him to support in content production and research initiatives. Also, Mount Manu and Innovator 3 are content production and research initiatives. So basically, we have to say like, okay, we are going to produce these kind of contents, like one Medium article, one marketing strategy, one brochure for clients, and maybe after we have all that content, we um, um, like reward the contributors according to their participation and according to their um, yeah to their execution of the planned activities. And this is something that is really cool of the work, that we can actually give the bounties and assign people to those bounties, but it's a proof of work. So maybe you got assigned a bounty, but if you never did it, or if you like committed to make a Medium article and you didn't do it, like we can assign you the bounty, but it for it to be paid, it needs like more steps. So it's a proof of work, and I think that's really cool because we are not giving the bounties ahead of time, but actually we are retroactively rewarding the people for the things that they do. So the people that is in content production and research initiatives, based on their contribution for this topic, they will be rewarded. And this funding proposal was going to be posted yesterday in the Thesis Garden, but I had some issues with the garden, and it got posted today. I and now I see that Durgada's Discord is wrong. Okay, I just need to add it. And here you can see the TC Garden, and we are live. And here is our proposal. We have right now 6 supporters, and we are requesting 51,000 wrap XDAI for the 6 months operation, and this will be given to this address that is the multisig of Gravity. So basically, we have 0 funds, but once the proposal gets the support, we will have funds, and we will be real. So for those of you who have TEC, you can please support. And this is something really cool. Vicenta is my brother and Kika is my other brother. So here we have like brotherly support in this proposal. And also I think one of these is Septi and Gavi. I don't know who's this one, but he has 38 TC, and that's appreciated. So yeah, just if you are interested in this proposal, if you have TC, support us. And with that, I shared what I wanted to share at the start of this call. So I would also like to open the mic and yeah, hear from you guys.
I have a question about support for that. So if I put in, let's say, 500 TEC for that, is that a voting thing, or did I just give away 500 TEC to the Gravity? So
No, it's both. It's just
okay, I was like,
voting. Yeah, it's like
okay, I wasn't sure. Yeah.
And when the proposal passes, it immediately goes like back for you to be able to vote again. But
Mm-mm.
once it's staked in voting, you cannot use it. Like yeah, it's like an temporary stake that you do for the voting.
I
But
see.
once the proposal passes, or you can also here like change support, and you say okay, I gave,
Yeah.
and you say zero, and yeah, now you withdraw your support. And yeah, I actually I
Okay.
this is
You
really
should.
cool because you can distribute your voting your voting between different proposals. So right now I am supporting the Stewards working group. I am supporting to have some metal NFTs from the hatch supported. I supported Gravity. Oh, I haven't supported Communitas, but I think I don't have support left. But once one of these proposal passes, I will support Communitas. Yeah, and I wanted also to check on on some things that were discussed in the Gravity text channel. But first, what do you think about this? I feel super excited. I think it's super cool. Like until now, the common stack has supported Gravity, but mostly through um, a payment for myself um, for the stewarding of the working group. But I feel that with this we can open the space for other people and not like being our own leaders of our destiny and not like receiving funds for just one people, but like actually us managing our funds. And I completely trust everyone who has participated in this initiative and the people who has expressed interest in contributing. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit about what Jeremy and Lynn prepared, and they had a proposal for the practice groups. I would really like to hear their voices.
Hey, just before we go to that, it was the very first time that I opened up that garden space. So it's absolutely super new. I don't know if I'm the only one in this call for whom this is like, what is this? Looks super cool, but I have no idea what this is. Um, any way
Sorry.
of learning.
True. Yes.
Yeah, it's the gardens is the tool that we are using to manage the common funds. Like here you can see like we have $1 million in our common pool, and we are requesting 51K. And here are the other proposals. Like Communitas Working Group is asking for 46K, and um, the balance is your voting power and is related to how much TC do you have. This came from the hatch and also from buying into the bonding curve. And here you can everyone can create a proposal. This is not like hey you have to be a steward to create a proposal. And no, we can create another proposal. That's why I think like from the research initiatives, from the result of the research initiatives, we can even submit another proposal.
So is
And yeah.
this platform gardens is just a way to very transparently manage the budget that is in your multi-sig for the whatever for the DAO, maybe even on a bigger scale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it works it with conviction voting. That means like things don't pass um, at the moment. They take some time to pass. Like you can see at least like here. Here there's this dark green that is the time, and this light green that is the total support. So
Okay.
the total support is here, and this will grow over time to here. So this proposal will likely pass. but it hasn't passed because it still needs a little bit of time for the voting to grow, for the voting way to grow.
And sorry, and then we move on it. So, and the only people that can vote are actually the people that hold TEC. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay,
That's
makes
that's
sense.
the common management of funds.
Within TEC or in general?
Within TEC.
Ah,
But like here you can see in gardens, there are a lot of other communities that use this tool because it's a really cool tool. Like yeah, the Tea Commons One Hive, and here you can see like if I had honey, I think I have a little bit of honey. Oh no, I changed it. I changed it. I had like one honey, but I changed it uh, to participate in a hackathon. But yeah, here you can participate in different activities in different communities. I think I have Bright. No.
and so, but this is only for DAOs that have their own token.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, yes. It's for those that have their own token. And actually, I think that gravity can become a gardens. That's what I that and we have been talking about this in an idea in the air, but it's something that has to be like made concrete. And it's like we can build our token and also have our own common pool and manage ourselves like this, and then we can fund projects. Um, Related for trust creation and conflict management, and have our own common pool, our own token, and we can have like our own tokenomic design through the year. Maybe have some advice from experts, but also trying to iterate on some of the things that we have been doing in the TEC, and like launch your token and become like a sustainable economy and become a commons. That would be like a really cool thing. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I will let the stage to you, and I will also eat a little bit.
Jeremy, do you want to start or?
I mean, sure. I got a big fat mouth. I can always talk about stuff. Let me go back because let's grab the doc. Yeah, so Lean and I talked last week about how we might be able to make our respective parties, one party. Pa, pa, pa. Why am I seeing your stream? So, at any rate, the general gist of the idea is we think that it's liberating structures and deep democracy sort of belong together, like rice and beans. And so we'd like to smash them up. And the proposal that we currently have on board would be to run effectively 3 different sessions on 2 different intervals per session. So every week, for example, we would run session 1, and then the next week we would run session 1 again, just to give ourselves some increased surface area and also uh, remix it a bit. And we'd do the same thing for week 2 and 3. And on week 3, that also gives us an interesting and juicy little decision point that we can actually integrate into the practices. So we could basically, in mid-March, we will have choices to make with each other that give us the chance to practice deep democracy. What am I missing, Lean?
So can you define deep democracy and liberating structures for us, so those of us who don't know can be clear?
Sure. So the deep democracy, they are both tool sets to create a healthy group dynamic um, that is more inclusive. So the liberating structure toolbox. Well, deep democracy is basically the same, with just a tiny bit different perspective, but it aims towards the same thing, making inclusive decisions and making sure that you include all voices in the process and in the decision making.
I'm not seeing your screen share, Jeremy. If you're, maybe you could try that again.
I think maybe Deep Democracy has a tiny bit more conflict mediation tools in the house, and but they both aim for the same thing. So a mindset awareness around polarities in groups, and yeah, so the idea is, yeah, to mix them up and sort of provide a 3-level or a 3-part course, with three parts, but that we would because we want 2 hours. We're a little bit greedy. Instead of practicing 1 hour, we would love to have 2 hours. But then we do part 1 the 1 week, and then we repeat it so that more people can fit it into their schedules, and so that it's not too heavy on everyone's working schedule. Jeremy, are you trying to share, or?
It looks like they lost connectivity, Lean.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, back? Are they back?
Maybe I just have one question. And I think like this schedule is the same schedule that we have right now. Would you agree to like have this schedule for the practice group and then have another schedule for the coordination call? I think this will be something that Morgan would have to also have a voice on this.
Totally, yeah, totally. For Jeremy and I, it would be great to do it on Tuesday evening, either after the coordination call, or if we find another moment for the coordination calls, for these calls, we can do it during the coordination call. You see, so either we do it from 9 to 11 for me CST, or we do it from 8 to 10, depending on Morgan's schedule as well, and what she would like to do maybe with these calls. So that's the proposal.
Jeremy, you back?
Kinda. We'll see.
I just want to say I'm super happy to have an active thing going around about liberating structure. So.
Cool.
+1.
Hello,
Yeah,
everyone.
hey.
I really like the conversation. Like, really, I'm learning a lot in each minute and feeling really, full of all that good stuff. And I think for research initiatives, I could propose some project I initiated recently for world peace, like conflict. And related with democracy and giving that experience to everybody, kind of named it Demoverse. So like democracy and demos, and also being a trial. So like not like this is the solution or silver bullet, but believe in like many problems, require some consensus, like blockchain as well. Uh, on top of that, and with core values, so that consensus is world peace, I believe. And then that also requires some consensus. So for that, define some flow based on NFT, DAO, and tokens utility, just to give a utility for signing a petition for a world peace. Of course, like it's some initiative, but thinking it's a maybe global peer-to-peer acknowledgement of that peacemaking, and not to create some even decision in that matter, really saying like, hey, are you saying yes or no? Then going and saying, hey, which country is you? Like, no, it's like really people. And I believe that people to people will also create a lot of opportunities, and many maybe blockage that's there without their will, or like who ask to billions kind of situations for. Yeah, maybe I will reach out to you around that in the week ahead. Yeah, this dub part is not yet there. Well, I give that like a week or two just to initiate stuff. But what I want is really putting them in a good foundation. Today also spoke to United Nations related part in Geneva. I want them like together, not like really to see like if that's gonna be what it's gonna be like, if there are like billions of people saying that, like, hey, a lot of stuff like exempt from taxation in violent investments or stuff, a lot of stuff, but just expressing that and acknowledging that for all, not necessarily by an entity that exists out there. For that, I would be really happy if I'm supported in any ways and guidance. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, for sure, streamer. That sounds really cool, and I am sure that we will be able to try to make you fit in the best place that you can contribute, and also foster your ideas. I felt that was something that the TC did with me, that it gave me like a fertile soil for me to grow up my ideas, and I want Gravity also to be a fertile soil to um, um, make concrete and um, improve ideas and efforts around conflict management. Hey, Griff, welcome. We are talking about coordination of the practice groups that will be led by Jeremy and Lean around deep democracy and liberating structures. And they made this proposal, and we are talking about the schedule and also the timings. One other suggestion that I would say is that I am reading this, that there will be a one session of 2 hours per week. I would recommend, just as a suggestion, to make like 1 hour calls. It's just like our custom, and it's also like people in the space is very busy and is very tired of a lot of things in during the day, so maybe like trying to pack the information as much as we can is best, to not like have people in 2 hour sessions. So I think like maybe we can like add one session more and try to pack more the information and have a one hour call per week. Um, and also Morgan, you were saying about the coordination call. Um, what time do you think would be a good time for that coordination call if we start taking this time on Tuesdays for the practice groups?
But if we want to stay with any sort of felt consistent for this group in the past, to definitely like further for me, I'm on the west coast of the United States. Keeping it earlier in the day is better. I know that we had kind of like a Tuesday, Thursday thing going on, for like Tuesdays being the Graviton training and Thursdays being like some level of practice group. So I'm curious if we can kind of keep that split, because I know for me at least, trying to navigate getting in clients and things like that, having like 2 meetings stacked back to back on Tuesdays, both for attention span and for coordination, would be kind of challenging. And I'm kind of curious how that would fit for everybody.
So if I understand well, your suggestion is to move it to Thursdays. The practice group.
I think putting it out to folks, like keeping Tuesday, Thursdays as 2 options, and then we can pick which day is coordination, and then which day is content that we're like working as far as skill groups. Do y'all have any preference?
I'm really busy on both of those days, so no matter what I do on those days, I'm going to have almost a day long meeting back to back to back to back.
A thought that could add to this thinking, like which day would be what, is I don't know if the practice groups would be for Graviton people, like in this circle, or if it would be, yeah, it's probably open to the whole TC. So I think, yeah, for us, for the trainers, of course, for Jeremy and me, it would be great if it would work. But it's more important for this group to make a decision on when we want to have a coordination call, I think. And then, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe those trainings will not everyone in this call will want to participate in the trainings because of being an expert already. Or
There's one schedule that I like on Wednesdays, and it's 11 a.m. my time or 10 a.m. my time. That would be 4 p.m. CET or 5 p.m. CET. I think those are good schedules.
Thumbs up for me.
Like
Can
I
you say that again?
understand that people in Europe it's late for them. So like I think 11 a.m. It would be my time. It would be 9 a.m. for Pacific time for you, Durgadas. Um, do you think
That
Wednesdays
works.
for the coordination call would be good? And then we have Tuesdays for practice groups, and we can have on Thursdays the nonviolent the book club that we have.
yeah,
So it would be around 3 calls a week.
Let me just check if I understand Juan. So if I get you, the proposal would be to move the coordination call to Wednesday, do the practice session on Tuesday, effectively in this slot, and then the book club on Thursday. Okay.
That's my proposal. What do you think?
maybe we could do a hand vote to see where the no voices are hanging out, or people that absolutely don't agree, or maybe we can say yes, I'm in, and then raise a hand or something.
I'm gonna do a double check real quick before I can actually consent.
It does work for me to the Wednesday.
Okay. It could be Wednesday, 11 a.m. My time, 5 p.m. CET, 9 a.m. Pacific time.
I was gonna ask one thing actually. That's do we have any map like for teams or collaboration in general, like communication about time zones? Like, hey, we put people there, add them, like once, as we met. Hey, that in that time zone, and then we know what's the difference. And I really kind of doing a lot of missing time. I think that's like very common. That's why I'm telling that like for a few times. That conversion. I mean, there are tools, but we gotta go there and visit always. Like maybe some plugin we can make like based on people joined at here, or in general we have that like we visit there and see there. Just like based on trust and stuff. But I don't know. Like then I think people don't or even like, even not necessarily people show which time zone even they are. Um, no, that's not gonna work. I mean, if they want to just make it like a team thing, but yeah, like a zone could be because it's a zone, I believe. Then like a mesh of stuff, each project. Oh yeah, for communication. Yeah. So I just am sometimes going somewhere like a direction. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to work with so diverse time zones, but I feel that we have been having um, this inertia with the TEC. So I think like we can more or less like sync with that scheduling, like early mornings for the Pacific, midday for Eastern America, and like a little bit late for Europe. It's like the way we can have like a lot of people together. The difficult schedules are like for Asian and Australian time zones. But if we continue growing, we will eventually find someone to cover those time slots.
Yeah, I was just mention maybe want to say some map-based apps for communities. Kind of, I would maybe start something like that if that's also helpful, or not necessarily for tech only, but if people wanted to, go there and maybe join with their discords and then saying invite some person from Discord there, and then they know their you know time zones, and that's all. And even when we are speaking like European time zone, it's really, I kind of can say it's like with Africa, or when it's so like northern and southern together, uh, it's like uh, I don't know, maybe people experience similar stuff in the same time zones and stuff. Maybe that's something even. But yeah.
Yeah, I think also we can be like adaptive, and like I think like the practice groups could be like, okay, we start with one schedule, but maybe next semester, when we open again the practice groups, we can um,
Yeah.
use different time zones. And also that same way we have been iterating on the Graviton trainings. Like the first Graviton training was um, a lot of things around mediation and alternative dispute resolution. The second one had a lot of organizational focus, and also we had new topics like leadership. And I also want this third Graviton training to be offering something different than the two first ones. So we will continue iterating. But I wanted also to make a comment on the session, on the scheduled sessions. And like I see that here the first session would be next week. I think we should have at least like 15 days to communicate and invite people like, hey, we are opening these practice groups and it's open for everyone. And I would really like to see like a very diverse group of people from coming from different DAOs and different backgrounds. So like maybe we can like, and start this in the 15th or in the, yeah, I think the 15th would be a good day to start, and then we can add like one session or two sessions to end on the final days of March, or even if we want to extend to April, because I think and I hope that we can have the second Graviton training starting in April. So during the time of the practice groups, we will be preparing and engaging the people so that they then come to the Graviton training. I don't know if it's something that we will have to think in advance, but like last time we had a lot of people joining the Graviton trainings. I don't know if how much we're going to have this, but maybe we can have like certain spots, or like, yeah, reserve your spot, so like we can know that the people that start the training will be people that will end the training, and not just like yeah, passing on the training. Because and this is something that I like, that some of the people who is in this call have been engaged in gravity since the beginning, and they participated in the first and the second graviton training. And I want that, like, not people just coming and then going, but also to staying here, engaging and also contributing. So I feel like the practice groups will be that funnel for the Graviton trainings, hopefully to start in April. And the coordination manager, one of the tasks of the coordination manager will be to coordinate a group of people that will be in charge of the design of the curriculum and of the design of the Graviton training. Like 4 or 5 people that can like distribute the loads and the responsibilities, and that the planning of the Graviton training doesn't mess up with the practice groups, but rather like it connects with them. And also the making of the POAPs and all that. And we will also have we'll be having the research, this research. I think maybe for April we can try to have at least one first sight or one first insight of what have we found out, or what ideas do we want to work on, and continue iterating based on our findings.
Juan, for the communication, do we do that ourselves? Who do we team up with? And also just very practical for creating an event within the Discord, stuff like that. How and who and where do we turn to?
Yeah, we can work with Teams DAO. That's the communications working group from the TEC that is also becoming a DAO, and they are actively supporting us. So we can like, maybe we can make a draft or a document writing some tweets, and then they can schedule some tweets like, hey, the TEC or like Gravity is will be hosting these activities. Everyone is open to join, and also we also have like our Gravity Twitter. We can use that also in the Discord. It's like having this at least 15 days to like engage people and then start with the right food.
Okay. And sorry for these practical questions. Does it have to be in Discord, or can it also be in another platform? It's just that for real interactive meetings, I miss a lot of tools in Discord. You cannot vote, you cannot, the breakout groups are not really easy, and a lot of liberating structures, for example, so is there a chance to go out of Discord's comfort zone and to
Well,
Zoom, for example?
I think it's just coordination. Like the T Academy calls are held in Zoom, and they don't have any conflict with that. So I think like as long as people is informed, and it's not like, hey, I am joining the Discord. Where is the call? I feel there's no bad thing about it. Maybe what would be good is to also have a recording of those calls, because in the TC we foster transparency, and all of the calls are uploaded in YouTube. So maybe we can have like a recording of the Zoom or something. I like the Discord because um, it's very open. Everyone can join at any moment. Maybe Zoom sometimes it's like if you don't have the link, it's really hard to find it. But also it would be like our task to be very good delivering those links to the people that will be participating.
Yeah, also
One of the sorry.
as a Discord
Go ahead.
maximalist, regarding the voting, we can just, post a comment, vote, tick, or, we have emojis to react, so we could also vote with those. If that's the only tool we're missing.
Yeah, breaking into smaller subgroups is going to be a must-have for liberating structures. That's pretty fundamental to most of the methods. So there is a bot that can forcibly move people, but that is, that's always a gruff experience of like, hey, you get the fuck over in this other call. Or the other option is to allow people to self-organize it. The tension there is that will cost extra time, and on a 1 hour call, that's money basically.
I do have a question about the breakout rooms thing. It seems like a basic function of our platform that we should have available to every group should it be necessary. And there's a breakout rooms bot that exists for Discord. So I'm not sure. Maybe we can make a proposal to just have that as a basic feature of our Discord, and then we don't have to be like, because another platform is definitely, a
restraining force.
Well, yeah, and then it just creates, it creates friction, right, in terms of trying to get people to attend. I put the link to the breakout room spot in the general chat. So,
Also, I have been doing breakout rooms here in Discord for the past Graviton trainings, mostly in the role plays. But what I have been saying is like, okay, I have one leader for each group, and I say like, okay, Durgadas, move to Omega, and Lean, move to Stewards, and Jeremy, move to Parameters, and then just like, okay, 3 people for each group, and we have like a lot of voice channels here. I think like, yeah, maybe I don't want to constrain anything. So if you think like Zoom would be better, I won't be blocking that. But yeah, I also think like I am always in Discord, and it feels like very transparent. Like, hey, I am seeing a lot of people in Discord in this call. What's that? And yeah, I don't know. But for the practice group, I also understand that we maybe want a more close group. So it's up to you.
Okay, I want to come back on this question about dates as well, because that feels a little squishy. Morgan, what's your information?
That was my like being in concordance with you. I was like checking time. I was like, we got like 2 minutes to decide when we're each other next. Juan, can you confirm what time it is where you're at? There's 3 hours.
I'm in Colombia, and sometimes we are in EST, but sometimes we are EST -1.
¿Y ahora? Which one are you?
Ahora mismo son las 3, o sea, 2.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
PM. Yeah.
Cool. So I think that everybody's it seems give me feedback, y'all. That Tuesdays at the time that we met today feels really consistent, and we can stick with that. And then
Sorry, I have like 5 meetings competing for that exact hour every Tuesday. So that means I would have to choose every single week as to which one I'm going to attend. So it's already a difficult enough competition for me at that time. So that would be bad. So Tuesdays I don't have any space for meetings really at all until late in the afternoon. So that's just me. I'm just letting you know.
Maybe the best way to coordinate these things is with like a doodle or a lettuce meet or something like that. So then everyone can say which times work best, and we can. It usually works out faster.
Yeah.
I will be creating that doodle and posting it in Gravity, also and sharing it. But yeah, we are talking about 3 calls. We don't have to assist to all of them, but we will have 1 practice group, 1 coordination call, and 1 book club or role play on Thursdays. Oh well, with the days we will agree on that with the doodle. But within the top of the hour, if you want to say something, please.
Yeah, I have to go, but yeah, because I have another call at 9 in the other DAO. It's just adding like yeah, for me in Europe, these calls are in the evening, and I really have to coordinate with my family and my kids and putting them to bed. And if I want to take the lead for a training, and I would love to have them on Tuesdays. It's just very, very honest here. And the other calls I can, try to make them on Thursdays maybe too, and Wednesdays if I can, I will be there, and otherwise I am cooking soup or whatever for my boys. So
yeah, let's continue syncing.
I'm gonna have to hop on another call. See you.
Maybe
Bye.